Okay, so I watched the Peanut episode of Rotten, and basically it kind of talked about mostly allergies. It starts off by saying that like allergies weren't as much of a problem like 50 years ago as they are today. Um, and so like a couple of the stories, there was like this girl from Yorkshire, and she almost died from like having a peanut allergy when she ate like Indian food. And they said that the food was like nut free, but it wasn't. And then this other guy named Paul Wilson um, actually went to this restaurant, um, and he ended up dying because he ate food that like was said to be nut free, but actually like 19% of it like contained nuts or something like that. And it was both of the restaurants, like the girl and Paul Wilson, were owned by like this guy named Mohammed Zaman, and basically they ended up like pressing charges, and he got like 6 years in jail because of like negligence, and it ended up like being manslaughter because Paul Wilson actually died. And then that was all like the beginning of the episode, and the next tab was kind of talking about like how originally people said like, oh, don't introduce your children to like peanuts or certain foods because they like might be allergic, so you don't want to like risk it. But then later on they're saying if you're introducing these foods at like an earlier age, then it's a lot less likely that they'll develop an allergy later on. And yeah, that was basically the episode. I guess it was kind of interesting because I don't have any allergies, so I wasn't like I've never been affected by this kind of thing. But it's scary to think about that some kids like they eat something but they don't know that they're allergic and they can die if they're alone, or like, it's just kind of scary to think about that kind of thing. But there's a lot of research that's being done to kind of prevent these allergies, or at least to make it less like, at least for that people can like find out if they have allergies or stuff like that. So that's good for the future, that people, it might become like even less of a problem because of research.